And we're back with our grand final between these two teams on map number 3. And it's been a close one so far between Fierce Esports and Pensioners, but I'm sure this last map should be a good one. Got my 2 analysts, of course, and like I mentioned before, with those 2 map picks in the past, both lost in the map picks pretty brutally as well. But Overpass can be a bit of a weird one as well, so yeah, not really too sure what to predict here.
Yeah, I mean, purely, it's just a best of 1 now, right? That's the best way to go into. Just think it's just the 1 map. We can forget about what's just happened. Unless you're Fierce, of course, you'd be thinking, we just won their maps, let's get it. Yeah. Right? But Overpass, as I said, it could be such a crazy map for this. Obviously, Fierce, they do actually like to play this map quite a bit. However, you've got the influence of Smooya. He loves this map so much, like that connector area. He runs rampant there. So I'm wondering how that battle will go, because you can either try and negate him, like limit his impact on the actual map, or you can just try and go around him, right? And personally, I've always preferred to try and negate him on the map, because if you stop him, there's not much else they can do.
Yeah, well, we saw them play Overpass earlier in their semi-final match, and we also saw them play Train earlier, I think it was. So that was something in the back of my head, kind of making me think, were the Fierce guys watching, taking notes, and obviously they very well, I say they very well, they most certainly will have seen how they played Overpass in that semi-final. Imi, the coach, will have been taking notes on how Smooya was controlling that mid bathroom area, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if they did spring a surprise, because they have that up their sleeves.
Well, he is the main guy. Yeah, he is the target man. Of course, Imi will be keeping an eye on things to see exactly what they got up to, and help Fierce in certain ways which probably wouldn't even benefit the side of Pensioners. And I don't like to focus on just one person, just due to the fact that, yeah, sure, fair enough, like I know you may outfrag a lot compared to the rest of your team, but sometimes it's not always just about that one person. And sometimes if you have that much tunnel vision, then it kind of affects your plays in other areas. But on a map like Overpass, do you feel like Pensioners will be okay going into this? Because you mentioned before in the semi-final they did okay, but that was against a different team, and there was certain times on their T side where it was a little bit dodgy at times, and then we thought if it was a better team, one with a similar skill and caliber, then they might have got shut down. But they probably would have fixed their mistakes going into this grand final.
Yeah, I think the main issue is obviously that first map, it went into overtime, right? And some of the issues, obviously, Pensioners as the game went on the CT side, they were, waiting a lot longer into the rounds, and then that actually caused the success that we got for them. It just took them that slow bit of adapting. The question is, will Fierce try and identify that part?
Yeah, well, we'll find that soon for map number 3. And anyway, got Jack and Snods in the caster area to cast our final map of the season.
Oh, Harry, that's absolutely right. We're plugged in, Snods live, reloaded, ready to rock and roll, loud and clear. You little button presser, you ready for some games?
Cannot wait for games. Love Counter-Strike, love finals, and I love the Premiership. And it's all about to come to fruition here on Overpass. Essentially, as Ezio said, a best of 1 coming into this final map of the season, all fighting for the luscious trophy in front of our eyes.
Yeah, glistening there in the spotlight. But we're going to need to see these players stepping up to the mark if they're going to be able to take it. Obviously, Smooya on the first map over on Inferno was definitely very much in the spotlight. He was causing a scene consistently the entire time. We then got on to Train, Fierce Esports. They bite back in a very dominant fashion. And the Pensioners going for a bit of a stack here. 6 players will walk into the connector, but who's actually going to be walking out? Just the one, Smooya. 2 frags to his name. Jacob gets a kill as well. Smooya executes the boost. The elevated angle could catch them off guard. Death from above, but only for a small second there. Gets the first frag. Eccles has the world on his shoulders now into this round, Snods. Tons of time, but is he going to be able to execute it?
84 HP. Minute and 5 seconds left on the clock for Eccles. Laz is there towards the B-bomb site. He's been struggling so far today. He won't know that Eccles has already passed in towards the B site. So the bomb should go down here. What happens afterwards? We'll have to find out. And where does Eccles plant for as well? He has the option to plant for heaven, plant for short. He's going to plant behind the sandbags instead, and now Lazar has to realise Eccles already slipped past.
He's going to hear that bomb. Actually, if Eccles pushes short, Lazar, he could have been ready for that. A small sliver of HP knocked off him. Spots out the second player as well. They were giving him the 1v1s, but Surreal will find that first kill. You can hear the cheers of excitement as well. as the Pensioners open this one up.
So, 1-0. Smooya there, finding 3 frags. 2 in towards Khan initially, then jumps up, does the boost. Fadeaway shot there onto Astro, makes it look so easy, then Cyril there with the flick. Onto Eccles, 1-0, heading into the second round. Org for Lazza and Smooya. Ironically, they're both looking for one at the moment. 2 Galils for Stan. Soulcast, and apart from that, Scouts, AKs. So actually, pretty much an equal buy for both teams.
Oh, Jakey. He is an adorable man. Smooya, though, causing scenes right now with the Org. Gets the first 2 frags off as he does a bit of damage, spraying people down. Astro and Stanley left alive now into the round. Tons of time to play with, but they're isolated. They're going to be stuck on their own. There's also a backstab developing as Surreal starts to go for the full rotation. Jake M arrives on the scene as well. Astro goes in first though, Snod. Scoped in, clearing the angles, waiting with that scout in hand. Could have been a headshot, ever so slightly off.
Surreal flanking, pushed B in towards connector. And now we should be able to get the drop, or at least give the information to allow for JKM to rotate towards A as well. Back up Lazza here. Flashbang goes in. Stan expects the play. Lazza offline, though, connects the headshot. And now it's all down to Astra in the 1 versus 3. 25 seconds remaining. First peak lands. Second. Can't quite get it. Jacob does it. 2-0. The force spot from Fierce doesn't work out.
Pensioners looking like the top dogs right now. CT side overpass as well. We saw them really struggling on their CT side previously when they were giving it today. Lazza just didn't seem like himself really. He's had a bit of a hit and miss performance throughout the final so far, and we need to see that reinvigoration coming through, Snods. Overpass can be a map when he's got the rifle in his hands and he's feeling himself that he can do an awful lot of damage on.
Ooh, Shaney. Trying to find out where the remaining players were inside the smoke as it faded. Echo, Stiegel in hand. Gets the frag onto Lazza. Smoke off towards Shaw. This full eco. Starting to come around here for the Pensioners. Against the Pensioners as Smooya makes it a 2 versus 2. Jacob, brilliant play here, expecting the push in towards CT spawn. Dom now though making his way to the site camp plant.
55 seconds. Smooya. Oh, from quite a substantial distance there. Taps down with the USP. Gets the elimination off. Soulcast is down and out. The bomb will not be planted. And it's back over to Stanley. Smokes towards the site. Smooth's had a 3K into the round. It would need to be 4 kills for him if he's going to pick this one up. He does damage to Stanley, 8 HP, but he still gets the kill. And Fierce finally come on the board with a round.
No Kevlar, but they come out with the round. 2-1 in favour of the Pensioners still. Instant force back though from the CT. Smooth with the M4. 2 Famas for Shaney and Jacob. Lazza on the 5-7. Surreal on the AWP this time, no Kevlar. Heavy aggression in towards connector. Could catch Fry off guard, and they do. 5 versus 4. That weapon can now be tossed over to someone else on the side of Pensioners.
Shaney spamming away. Gets 1 frag before he's traded back. The blow's coming in. The airstrike will hit him and blow him out of the server. And it's a 2 versus 4. Outnumbered 2-1. And also outflanked. Stanley paranoid about it though. Watching towards the rear. And it seems like his Stanley sense was tingling. Smooya still being able to cut his way straight through. It's a tasty headshot. Soulcast will find a pick towards the site, but he's being spammed up from bank. JKM will kill him. And the 3rd round is finally given to the Pensioners.
Just a reset against Fierce. But thankfully, Then he goes back 1. Round number 5. Lars with the spawn for middle. Not going to cross his path just yet, as they are going to smoke towards front toilet. Smooth as well with the AK this time. 2 CZs, Freckles and Frederick. Astro with the AWP, trying his luck at getting the entry. For pensioners, they just have to wait and play the patient game. Utility isn't strong here for Fierce. The longer this run goes on for, higher chance pensioners make it 4.
Fierce getting ready to go for the move out over towards the A site. Everyone hustling and bustling together, huddled up for warmth. In terms of utility stunts, they do have the smokes. They've got 1 flashbang to pop themselves in, and a Hey Chi is the only bit of offensive utility on Fry. Stanley will lead the charge as he clears up via toilets. It's a 2-man setup, but Smooya extending around. It all depends on timing. There's so many scenarios of how this could go down. He gets the first and the second. They're offering him all of these frags for free. 1 by 1, they're getting picked to pieces. And it comes back to Astro now at a 1 versus 5. He'll find the flick on the first, drops the smoke, but no armor, no HP, and no round for Fierce. Pensioners getting another one. Smooya able to unleash there. The first map definitely had his influence all over it, and it seems to be the case now early on Overpass. 14-3 Snods in the period of 5 rounds.
Jeez. Smurfing right now on Overpass. Nico. Smooya's here on the B site, expecting it. Trying to see just how many kills he can get this early on into the map. Surreal, though, easily dispatching of the players here from Fierce. Just going to be Astro last alive. Shaney with the MP9. Racks up some more cash. 5-1, round number 7. Buy round, and a crucial one at that for the T side of Fierce. 15-3 for Smooya. 6 rounds have been played, so there's more than a 2 KD, nearly a 3 KD at that point. And now he's the one with the AWP.
He's got the AWP and he's instantly over to his usual proving grounds towards mid. Seeing if anyone is coming towards him. The only player that's there that would challenge is Solcas, just using his utility right now to gain the normal bit of map control and sell the idea of the play. Fry could be waltzing into his own demise as well. Surreal with the MP9. He has support. It'll be a 2-player face as Fry goes into it, gets the first, but he's left on 6 HP. They're charging towards him. Shaney will trade it, but was not ready for Eccles. He busts through the door, waving the 4-4. Shaney, he's not breathing no more, Snods.
4 versus 3. 55 seconds remaining. Laza, nice shot there onto Stanley. Hasn't seen the bomb just yet, so they can't over-rotate as for now. But there's 50 seconds left. Utility coming over the top here towards B. Eccles, nice shot. 3 versus 2. Smooya making the rotation towards heaven. Oh, 1 versus 3 now. Could argue for the save here from Smoo.
Big Smoo. He's got the AWP. He's always got a lot of confidence in these rounds as well, Snods. He's waiting to see if there's any chance of an opportunity that will present itself, and there it is. Astro peeks out, gives him the opportunity, and the confidence hits him. Charges his way towards the site, scoping his way around, trying to work out where the next player might be. Ignite short, keeping them isolated. The fast flick on the Soulcast. It's the 1 versus 1 now. The straight defuse on the bomb. Smooya's won it. There's no way. The face comes through. Holds onto it, Snods. Went for the flick. Eccles will take him down. Loses it. It seemed like he had been able to pick that clutch up, but it has quickly been pulled out from under his feet.
God, that adjustment there, the scope and the second kill towards B was phenomenal. Maybe a second left there on the defuse, but Eccles went for the peak. Realised what Smee was trying to do there. But of course, the money's still in their favour. Back 10 for Stanley. Orb still in the hands of Smee. Eccles holding for the jump. Doesn't quite land it. Shaney. Still just hoping that Fierce make the mistake of continuing to come towards the A side. Smee is still pushing towards long ever so slowly.
Gaining that map control. At the very least, it could have also been an additional pick. Snod's added to the tally. But the timing didn't quite work out for him. Everyone grouped up, bustling together just outside of B. Close towards short. They've got the connector control. And Jacob, he's going to be that frontline infantry supported by Luzza. The two augurs. Can these Spartans do good as the push will come through? J-Cam looking effective, finds one. Fry and Soulcast taken down, but it's a 2-2 split on the trade. It's a 3 versus 3 now. As the site control be claimed, but they go up in a blaze! Everything is on fire, Snods. Eccles with the response flicks around to decapitate Shaney. Walks back into the fire! Eccles goes up in a puff of smoke. Stanley gets one off! 8 seconds left on the clock. Surreal will win it. As they scream their way through the round. Absolute chaos. Everyone looking confused there in the commotion, Snods.
Pause coming through.
Ooh.
Oh, that's one of them. There's a second as well.
He stubbed his toe.
Astro. Yeah, that does hurt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Has got boots on, though. This is the Fierce Esports pause here. 2-6. You can understand why. Losing a round in that fashion is going to be hard to shake off. Smee 18 kills, 5 deaths, and how do they deal with someone playing that individually good? I guess just hope that he starts to cool down into the second half.
Is the worrying part as well. It's all looking quite somber. Obviously, we can't really see how emotive Imi is being behind him right now. We get a little glimpse into it, but for the most part, he seems to be the only one that's actually being very verbal, trying to give them that full installation of what he wants them to do, what they need to change. Because whatever's going on right now just is not working out for Fierce. 2 pauses.
So, 6-2. Pensioners are going to be up against the buy from Fierce. It's not a very good one here, Jack, is it? 2 CZs, Mac 10 for Eccles, Scout for Soulcast. The single AK for Stanley. Smokes in towards B. Fast play towards the Bravo site. That's really where the weakness has been from Pensions.
Ooh, the Molotov though, not actually going off. Luzza won't be forced out of position, and Luzza gets the opening frag. Surreal assists as well. And they're trapped behind the line. Look where the bomb dropped as well. Over by the toxic barrels, the flashbang to attempt to blind them gives them an element of surprise. They rush in with a Mach 10. But the Biggie Smalls gun will only do so much damage as Shaney will arrive. And that is that set in stone. Pensioners another round, bringing it up to 7. Small nuances that are going wrong from here, Snods.
Round number 10. 7-2. Four players outside the B site currently, but it's all on Eco. Could be witnessing the 8th round here for Pensioners. Could be witnessing the flank from Smear as well as he still pushes for more.
Smear could actually be really annoying into this round, Snods. MP9, he's slow the whole way behind. He's gone for this push literally as the round has started the entire time. If timing's on his side, he can get there and really rack up some frags. However, Shaney is basically just playing aimbots right now. One by one, they walk into him. He loves the eco rounds, doesn't he?
Oh, down to Astro. Across the map, only a Glock to his name. Oh, does find the kill onto Luzza, who has been struggling the winds today. Should maybe shrink the size of his sail. not been Loz's day.
It is quite windy, to be fair.
Here's the clip from Shady.
That shot, that's the one that, yeah,
my.
Ridiculous.
Cheeky would be proud of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
JT would be proud of that.
JT, guns up.
Guns out.
8-2. Now another buy here from Fierce. Smoothie getting aggressive. Haven't seen him actually get this aggressive yet. Towards mid. I do like that new AWP skin.
Yeah, it is good. Sarkas. Jump spotting right now, trying to see if once again there is going to be a big info play coming round. The flashbang saves his bacon there as he peeks in. Shaney was blind, but Smooya uses it as bait to reel him in and gets the trade back. The airstrike towards the B side, lasts on 2 HP.
Smoke in towards heaven. And they know to rotate now as Cyrilla's pushed middle. Smooya opens the door, spots him towards short, goes for another frag as well, and he gets down onto Fry. 3 or 4, excuse me, versus 1. Eccles last alive here towards the pillar of B. Goes down as well to Jacob. 9-2. Money is still fairly bad here for Fierce. They have enough to buy for 4 of the players. But then again, do you eco this one, go for a CZ Kevlar buy, allow for a 10-2, try play for a 10-5 half, and then get something going in the second. So, such an awkward situation.
Well, JCam and Smooya right now. Very effective into that round, and Smooya definitely effective across the entire board. Obviously, outrageously out-fragging everyone on the server. Another pause for Fierce. In the first half, Snows, that is 3 pauses used. Really trying to find out what the weakness is, what's going wrong, and what can they try and shape up.
On paper, it is the B site. They've been able to get in fairly easily.
Both times, though, they've been let down with the Molotov that's supposed to force Lazar out of position missing.
Yep.
Simple shots, not connecting.
Smooya on short in the last one. Smooya in hole, really.
Smooya the flanks as well.
Yep. The aggression.
Plays they're not ready for.
And here it is again. Look at this. They've pushed down middle again. Oh, dearie me. Lazar's going to be caught off guard here when he knows they're coming towards Monster. Smoke is there. Molotov 2 to slow them down.
But look at this. The utility usage completely isolates them. There's nothing they can do. They're all fragmented. Solcast, though, gets into the back line. Takes down his own teammate in the bloodlust. But at least he's putting corpses on the ground. A 2 versus 3. Fry and Solcast, both of them, down fairly low. Stealthy Shaney comes in from behind. Solcast in the 1v2. He's scared to death. He's scared to look. He's shook as he's waiting for the push to come towards him, but he can't connect the spray. Shaney will save it. Another round for the pensioners as they make it to 10.
10-2. Double digits now for the CTs. This is the play from Dom. Finds 2, but Stan is the sacrifice. Lazar 4 kills, Smooya on 21. The only issue with that big of a discrepancy in firepower is, obviously, we always mention it, if you have one player who is performing lights out, if he starts to cool down in that second half, who is going to be there to fill that void? Oh, Shaney though, over the smoke finds 1. And again, fierce a ball.
Shaney spots them out over the smoke just as it dissipates. Astro getting the better of him though. Able to scope in quite quickly with that Krieg and get the elimination. Smooya just lying in wait. Hard scoped. Hungering for these kills. Gonna try and catch them off guard. Sidelines the first. Astro was not expecting it. Molotov down as well. He's being hunted. Should hear the footsteps and be able to react accordingly. However, Stanley's already got out through long. And he is a mean machine. He's looking to try and get another round on the board for Fierce. Decapitates Jacob. And it's all up to Surreal. A man that, in his heyday, Snods, was on top of the scene. But right now, he's down on the ground, left slumped out by Stanley.
10-3, round number 14. Stanley saving that round. with a 2K on the default site. Now, Pensioners are left with 3 orgs, all for Smooya, Jacob on the MP9. This time it's Smooya getting aggressive though, holding for the boost from Playground. Flashbang's perfect. Smooya's caught off guard. Soul Cassidy struggling there.
Oh, he hits
second
those
shot.
ones, though.
Yeah, he does. Now,
Loves the easy ones.
push coming in towards A.
Defense towards the site needs to be poised. 2 men grouping up as they're in position. Stanley up close, playing around the truck, looking around the edges of the smoke. He actually is just going to walk straight in as well. Couldn't quite spot them out. Lazar will find the first frag with the org, completely blinded, dazed and confused of where he is. By the time he realizes what's going on, it's too late, but Surreal is still fighting tooth and nail to get another round for them. Eccles peeks in, took the initiative and wins the round because of it. 10-4, Fierce Esports slowly getting round, slowly trying to have a buffer, anything to play with. And they need it, Snots.
Final round of the first half, the final map here of the Premiership Season 10. 2 players close to the smoke. 3 actually. No flash for Smooya, but someone had one it seems. Shaney with 1. No trade frags just yet, but eventually Fry is there to save the round here for Fierce. Jacob with 1. 3 versus 3. Fierce are left in T-spawn.
Finally countering those DD mid pushes as they were actually held. And the Arsenal was weaker for the Pensioners there. 5-7 Deagle and AK is what they've got to work with. Low HP, but they've definitely got a high skill ceiling when it comes to ripping off heads. Jacob, a certified lip remover, now goes down. Finished off by Soulcast. 2 versus 1. It's all on Lazar. Is it going to be a windy day for him today? Creeps his way back in towards the site, Deagle in hand, ready to get interped. And Fry will give it to him.
10-5. Now the tough part for Pensioners starting.
Like lethal for a second there.
Come on, mate, don't be that mean. 10-5. Can you do a lethal impression?
That's just my standard accent, really, isn't it?
It's the laugh at.
It is the laugh, to be fair.
So, smoke flash for Surreal. Astro going to be Kit Boy. 5 players at the stairs, waiting for a mid push from Fierce. Obviously, Ross, the coach here for Excel, used to be for Excel, coach here for Pensioners, would have been able to do a lot of homework here on Overpass. It's a very popular map that Fierce do play.
It's a very heavy setup towards this B site. It's only Stan towards A right now. No rotation, no noise, nothing. There has been not a single sign of what the Pensioners are planning. Surreal was utility man. Chucks out the smoke, Smooya as well, with a P250 and armor. Gets that opening frag, and here comes the rush back around. The entire wave of CTs crashing into the coast of the site. Shaney waits. He's in a prime time position to execute them as they walk into his crosshair. But Smooya's having a field day, Snods. The P250 Punisher. And he'll take himself a 4K into the round, adding to that tally 26 kills now.
Jeez. Huge entry on that A site from Tortoise onto default. Snowballs the round for Pensioners, 11-5, and this might be the last pause from Fierce. And there you have it, is the final. Yeah, final tactical pause. Fierce here. 4 kills. Tough situation now for Fierce. $2,000 across the board, so most likely just going to save. Allow for a 12-5 score. And then grind out the CT half all the way to 16. Difficult and tough task.
Yeah. If they're going to come back into this one, it really will be quite a rough state of affairs. We do see the triple boost in play. It's a big investment to go for. It is a gamble. Right now, no one is towards that B site. The only player remotely close is Lazar, who's just holding by the barrel, looking to see if anyone will actually go for a push out. The CTs are holding their ground strong. There's certain connector control now as well. Map control slowly being taken across the board by the pensioners, Nods. Oh, here we go.
Boost is there. Question is, will the pensioners be there to fall to it? Lazar actually checks it. Fair play. It's not going to work out. They now know there's another minimum 2 players there towards the B site, but they're still going to go here regardless.
Smear. Sneaking suspicion of the location of these players. Gets the first off on Stanley. Lazar assists him to take down Solcast as well. Taps across the board. Fry very, very low. Jacob will go in there for a bit more of a cash builder. Hits him with a gangster play. Slides out with a Mac 10. And locks down a 12th round for the pensioners.
$12-5. Round 18. Mac 10 for Jacob. And for Surreal. Maybe anticipating no head armor, and to be fair, Stanley's the only one on the CT side that has got a helmet. Mac 10s could be extremely dangerous then if used properly. Surreal and Co boosting towards the B side. 4 players outside here currently for the pensioners. Ooh, that's a caught wind. Still just hoping that someone is there towards the barrels. 2 players outside Monster for Fierce. And that could be extremely awkward for pensioners if they do opt to go B.
Waiting for the meantime. Holding for this potential push. 50 seconds on the clock, a very slow round. Utility now being thrown out in towards the site. The re-smoke on Monster, meaning it is actually going to be a very tight round if they do go for this full commit on towards the B site here. However, the call has been made to actually bail out of there, rotate back around. 3 players going up through connector. Lazar not even going to waste that single flash as they all get grouped up towards toilets. But Astro looking to clean them out of the situation. Hits down the first man. Smooth is done for. Surreal will trade it back with a Mac 10 and make things a little bit messier. Once again, Soulcast playing from the back of the site, swings out, but it wasn't meant to be. He's dragged down to the underworld by Shaney. Eccles as well, suffering the same fate. 7 seconds on the clock as they begin to plant the bomb. Fry and Stanley, the last line of defense for the CT side. They're going to have to mount an impressive retake here, Snods, if they want to win this one. It doesn't look likely. The peak comes around. Shaney will win the first fight, and Fry probably just worth trying to get out of there, but not allowed. Jacob, the people's elbow off the top rope, hits him hard.
Here's the entries from Shaney. There you go. 13-5. 8-round lead now for pensioners. Ika coming here for Fierce. No one really able to fire back in this matchup versus the T's. Even Fredericks, not even on 10 kills. And that's saying something.
It's crazy. This is one of the probably most shocking finals we've seen, where it's the fact it's like normally you expect so much, and you know he can consistently bring that to the table. So many of these players that can normally cause so much havoc, and it's just not happening. Something just isn't clicking right now for Fierce.
AK here for Stanley. Has got armor. Oh, there you go. It's going to be Astro now last alive, and even he's dealt with. 14-5. 9-round deficit for Fierce going into round number 20. At least now they've another bye to have another chance of redemption. But Jack, this feels extremely one-sided, and especially how close the first. Oh, I say the first map wasn't really too close. Another was the one on train. Has really been a blowout on each map, but it is still 1-1.
Yeah, it's been an odd best of 3. And now we fall into the position we're left in. So it's round 20, 14-5. Pensioners looking like they're ready to shut this game down. If they carry on playing the way they are, it wouldn't be surprising. They're rocking 2 orgs over from that T side as well. The scavenge weapons on JKM and Surreal. As they start to gain their toilets control, we've got the lurk from Lazar again. But Astro makes a bit of a difference. It's the first time we've actually seen them trying to go for an opening play. The initial pick for Fierce is gained this time.
Bomb is coming, making its way towards the A site. Surreal at the edge of the smoke towards Long. May try and time the peak onto Soulcast. Oh, loses the duel though. And now a 3 versus 5 as the push does come through for the remaining players here. From Pensioners, Astro missing the first shot but can go for a second in just a second. Molotov's going through and the clear will come through from Lazar. Dom though, where is he? Able to find 1, a 2 versus 3, and there's actually a chance here for the Pensioners.
Eccles spamming down. It's a bit of a tag off, but it isn't going to be a frag at all. 14 seconds on the clock. They have time to get the plant. Shaney's overthrown. Smuya holding the angle, ready for the face. But there's the fry we expect to see. Clutching out the round. Wins that one for Fierce, 14-6. As they gain small moments here and there. Smuya now dropping the 30 bomb as well. Shaney not too far off one of his own.
Well, well, well. Pensioners losing out the 1 versus 2. Surreal. With the entry onto Dom. Smuya holding for the jump peak. Oh, you see as soon as that door opens. Not a chance Eccles is going to go for that jump. 30 frags again here for Smuya. They just flush out towards Banana and slowly clear out the A site. Now that they've lost Dom, all it comes down to is Astro as the lone line of defense here towards A.
55 seconds on the clock. Again, Pensioners gravitating towards that A site. They've been able to find entries, they've been able to find a lot of success in getting themselves into a post plant. And that's where things have been going wrong here and there. They haven't committed to anything just yet. A ton of utility will be cast out. Everyone utilising those smokes. The Molotovs now going in as well to force them back out of the defensive angles they're in. However, they did not expect Eccles close here, but it won't matter because he didn't realise how quick Surreal can be. Zooms his way in towards the site. Leaves him lifeless on the ground. Astro, his position's now known as well. Match point should be picked up here for the Pensioners, Snods. They would be 1 round away from winning the Grand Finals and being the spring season champions. And it seems like that's how it's going to go. Astro, scoped in, misses the shot, goes down to Lazar. And it's just Fry that remains fully committed to the save, hunkered down in position on the B site. Pensioners make it 15, Snods.
Match point. And 9 of them to work with. Feels like we're waiting for the inevitable here. For Pensioners to be crowned Season 10 champions of the Premiership. Fierce, well, the core 4 of Fierce, or 5 including the coach, won the last season under the London banner. But as you said, we've never had back-to-back champions, and it feels like that curse will continue.
Doesn't seem like it's going to be changing this season unless it's a miracle run from this point onwards. Fierce would need to win every round on the spin, and they start it off trying to. Fry gets the connection instantly there onto Smooya. Removes his head from his body. Lazar trying to trade it back with a small tag. Shaney and Fry splitting the damage on either team. The battle of attrition, Fierce Esports are definitely winning currently. How long can they maintain this for? Surreal. There's a huge backstab potential if he goes down through connector, but they execute out together. All of them converge in one go. It was a well-orchestrated face. And Astro looking crisp as well with that final killing blow.
Round 23. Fierce keep it going. Astro the last frag in towards connector. So Smooya aggressive in towards Con already. Flash is perfect. Astro spots out the toes of Shaney. Oh, Smooya the flashbang on the door. Just a second off perfect timing there. Fry able to dispatch Shaney in towards Monster. And all the players from Pensions taking their respected 1 versus 1s across the map.
You've lost Shaney. Another one of the heavy hitters right now, who's looking very effective. Looks like they are definitely going to go towards this A site and carry on with the game plan they had initially anyway. Lazar sets up with a smoke. They do have the utility to play with. Smooya has a flashbang. They work their way in the close angle. It works out well for Eccles. Not only does he get one, he expands out further to take down Jacob. Smooya's dispatched and left lifeless on the ground there by Soulcast. Lazar with a single flick. And that's all they'll get. Fierce Esports are starting to find their footing. But is it too late, Snods? You have to be flawless. That's what we were talking about. The fact that there literally is no room for mistakes here. A pause coming in. Has to be for the side of Pensioners.
Eccles there. The 2 kills to anchor on the A site. Last is for Surreal. Not wearing them while playing though.
No, maybe they're just for show.
Could be, could be. So. Now then, 7 match points for Pensioners. It may be reduced down to 6 when you take a look at the lack of money they currently have with their, well, Tech9 CZ buy. Fierce, if they get to 9 and then 10, maybe they can start believing.
Lazar on the Tech9. Variety is the spice of life, rather, for Joe Ducky Loose. As they want to try and make their move up towards the A site. Fry spotting them out, realizing they're in position, going to cast out that grenade to do a fair bit of damage. Tanks on over to Surreal, but he loses his head. Shaney with the deagle, making this one a little bit more exhilarating, but they don't realize the man in the rear, Soulcast, still committing to the bomb plant as well. Jacob just hoping he can get the extra cash from that. It won't work out that way. They all get gunned down, left lifeless. Round 25, Snods.
Oh, Shaney nearly making it happen, but lining up for Dom. Easy for him. 15 to 9. Round number 25. And again, Soulcast just falling back. Playing it passive. Two towards Connector. Just leaving Jacob alone outside of Monster. Shaney on 30 kills. That can't... So does that mean Smooya and Shaney are both on 30?
Yeah.
Can we see the scoreboard, Jake, if that's not too much? Wow, it's true. 30-30 for Shaney and Smooya. Shaney has been exceptional so far in the Premiership finals, semi-finals and finals. Oh, surreal. Smooya as well gets the one to Astro. 5 versus 3, and this could be the beginning of the end.
Yeah, this could be where they start to shut it down. Eccles, though, he's caused commotion from this position before, and he's doing it again until Surreal with a drive-by. The cha-cha slide Ferrari face. He was not ready for it as he rips his head clean off. Stanley actively trying to make the play, forced his hand into it, and it's all down to Frederick. He is the clutch master. But can he clutch it today? Gets one shot off. Smooya's done for. Looks to decimate the rest of them. Jacob brought down to 32 HP. Switches out to the Kalashnikov when he picks up the AK. He does not slay from far away. Snods, the pensioners. They've done it. Smooya with a cheer. The double 30 from both Smooya and Shaney. And they have deserved it. They are your Premiership champions, Snods. Another season, another victory.
We saw it before, Epsilon, back when they actually had Boaster as a stand-in, Smooya and Surreal taking their trophy then. And here they are again to hoist it for a second time. Jacob, 50 hours in the past year, and now he's the Premiership champion. What a turnaround.
Ridiculous stuff. Last time we saw him there with the working men after they won at the time with Adidas as their sponsor. It was a whole affair. Now back up on stage with Smooya and the boys, and they lock it down. An incredible display. We need Harry and the boys to take that one away because it was just lunacy.
Yeah, that was great stuff from the guys at Pensioners. 50 hours of CS and you win a Prem, you know, doesn't say too much.
Bad return,
no, that's not a bad return at all. You know, I'd be pretty chuffed with that. But yeah, Pensioners managed to take that 2-1 in the end. A very dominating map, and it was weird because all 3 maps were not really neck and neck. It was always one-sided, but their overpass map was great.
It's just thinking back to the first 2 best 3s we saw, right? These maps were fairly one-sided in their own way, but not, you know, scoreline-wise, it probably wasn't as one-sided as you probably think. But honestly, it honestly was just Smooya. Like, I think it was 84 kills for the 3 maps.
Something like that, yeah. Could
Which,
you say, you know, you were predicting a 90 bomb over the 3 maps, and yeah, you were pretty much right. You're pretty much right. You were close.
There's not much you can do though when the player does that. Yeah, it's a hard thing to deal with, and obviously Pensioners, they had to support Shaney as well, another player that, you know, delivered his 30 kills in that map as well. And despite all that, you know, JCam 50 hours as you mentioned. I wish I had that rate for Prem wins. 50 hours means 1 Prem win, apparently.
Well, you know, when you're wearing the old nostalgic Raster XD t-shirt, those special UK powers arrived from somewhere. But yeah, fantastic performance from Smooya. Shaney did a lot of the dirty work as well. You know, let's be honest, Luzza didn't have the best series. We were discussing that, but at the end of the day, Counter-Strike, we said it's a team game. You know what I mean? Everyone contributes at the end of the day to achieve the final goal, and they might be called the Pensioners, but they certainly did not play like them throughout today.
Yeah, that's absolutely right there. And even if you think back, you know, back to the Prem weeks, they had the worst start they could ever possibly have. And after a few lineup changes, they're here winning the Prem. So it just shows it doesn't matter how bad you're doing at the start of the season, you can easily come back one way or another.
Yeah, it was what, 0-3 I think it was halfway through the season?
Yep.
And I think they had minus 40 round difference, which obviously when you consider you've dropped 48 rounds, you've only won 8.
Yeah.
And now you're obviously winning the finals, as you said, and that's crazy in itself. Obviously the main roster change, you've got to be thinking Smooya was the big addition, quite literally, big addition.
I like that.
And he, you know, he produced all the impacts right there for the entire game and the entire series.
And yeah, of course, you spoke about it before, where with Shaney, he was like the next guy behind Smooya. Yeah, sure, fair enough, he didn't have the same frags with him in every single map, but he wasn't too far behind. And with the other 3 guys, like I said, you know, it was a team effort, of course, but it wasn't the fact that any of them sandbagged or anything like that. They were just holding their own as they progressed through each match.
Yeah, they were. They played. They were superb throughout, really. Fierce. They time after time tried to mount the comeback, but they really just couldn't in the end. And I think over the course of the 3 maps, which is why we have BO3s, the pensioners' quality showed in the end.
Yeah, it's quite clear that they felt a cut above, at the very least on this map especially, right? It was quite clearly much more in their favour. The confidence was with them, even though they just dropped their own map. But they got off on the right foot, and you know, we could see the difference right there also.
It just shows those map vetoes didn't really mean anything, considering they actually dominated each other and on their own map picks rather than like anyone else's. So it was a bit of a weird one, but you even called it as well before Overpass even started. But they enjoy it, they love it, and we've seen how good they've been in previous matches going into this. So not too much of a surprise. The only surprise I would say is probably the round difference between the two teams in that.
Yeah, and I think my biggest piece of advice, SEO's laughing already, is that little handshake thing that Smooya tries to do. Yeah. Don't try it at home.
Yeah, you might hurt yourself.
Yeah, it might.
Keep the hands safe.
Yeah, I think that's one thing to do, just like, you know, avoid the awkward handshakes.
Yeah, I feel awkward just...
Well, we are ready now for an interview on stage with the winners.
Right, thanks a lot, Harry. So I'm joined by the incredible pensioners after that awesome performance. And again, Smooya, I'm going to chat to you because you were the loudest one up there, as per always. Talk me through that third game. It was such a stomp for you. What happened?
The third map, I got like a pretty hot start myself, so we were shutting them down on A, and then they started to go towards B, and they couldn't get B. Then they tried to come in A again, and it worked because then I messed up. Then we got 10-5. Then the pissed around. I had to drop the 4K with the P250. Then yeah, we took the victory.
But I want to know what was quite different from the second game, right? Because the second game, you were really quite far down, as in it was like 10-2 or something. You were really struggling to get back up. How do you make sure you keep motivated and don't get disheartened when you're kind of falling behind after winning the first map?
I think my experience playing at like so many lands with big, because we used to lose a lot, so I'm quite used to losing. So I know how to come back after losing a map, winning the first map, because we always had like really good momentum, but then we would choke the second map and then win the third map. So I'm quite used to that. I just said to the boys, forget about it, one more map. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. Whatever, just have fun. And then we played really well and we won.
You did. I think it really paid off. And one more question for you. What is next for you in the team? I think everyone's excited to see what you're going to be up to, especially you, eh?
Yeah, we've got practice tomorrow. We've got a few officials in a week from now. And I think we're going to try qualify for the major, so hopefully see the pensioners on the big stage and hopefully we can bring it home for the boys.
Exactly. It'll be cool to see you more. But there's one more thing that we want to give you. We've got a little bit of a gift for doing so well. Jackie, do you want to come out?
That'd be a problem.
It's not. We got you your best friend as your mascot that you can take with you on all your future tournaments.
That one's for you. Straight from Alex Byfield. He said, yep, there you go. It looked that much. It's much better, to be fair. That does work way better.
Are you happy with it?
Thank you for all the people supporting me, especially this beautiful bastard. Anyhow.
It's a family show, come on.
Yeah, okay, anyhow, yeah, thank you for watching everyone, and yeah, now I'm going to watch Shake M shake the trophy, I think.
Speaking of which, I think it's about time that you did it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for your ESL Premiership CSGO champions, it's Pensioners!
And there we have it. The Pensioners, nice little win there for them in that 2-1 series. Guys, final thoughts on the entire day?
I mean, it's been a day of some close games here and there, but obviously the final, it was kind of crazy. They weren't exactly close games, but they were still great games in itself. And obviously Pensioners were taking the actual win. Fiercely quite disappointed about that, but ultimately it's just another event gone and they can just think about the next one now.
Yeah, I thought it was phenomenal, you know, from the start to finish, and I think it was Hawks' 1 versus 4. That is probably my personal highlight. I am really disappointed that we didn't kind of organise kind of a wrestling ring for the people's champion to hold his trophy from.
Yeah,
I should have get onto the top rope and all that, but maybe next time, maybe next time.
Maybe next time, we never know what the future holds here. And one last look at the bracket to see how everything panned out here throughout the entire day. And of course we had those 2 semi-finals where we kind of predicted that and how things will go from there. The grand finals, a bit weird, you know, a bit one-sided on every single map, but nonetheless, it was a great final and we couldn't ask for more in all fairness. But that's it for now from all of us here at the ESL Premiership Final. Thank you for everyone for watching, and of course our sponsors, Intel, PaySafeCard and AOC Gaming. And we'll see you next season.